right. Jay Espinosa, welcome to Unscripted.
What's up?
You're coming all the way from San Francisco today.
All the way. It's like an hour flight.
That's pretty cool.
But yes, thanks for having me out.
It's our pleasure, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, first off, I guess massive congrats taking the title of 3Style this year in Taiwan.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
Still excited about it. It's pretty crazy. I don't know, because it's like it's such a big deal, I guess, to me. And it was like once I won the title, I was kind of like, oh shit, like I'm a world champion now. I gotta do things different. I gotta like always have like, photo shoot ready every time I do a video. It has to be like the best possible, like, but that's not really what it is. But that's like at first it was like really overwhelming. You know what I mean?
Did you get like a lot more bookings immediately, or?
Yeah, definitely. Like there's people hitting me up that I haven't worked with before, new bookings, and then, just like the bookings that I've been doing, like clubs, just like kind of, rates go up and stuff like that, like good things.
Because how long has it been now? What, a couple months?
Oh yeah. Well, it was the end of January is when I won.
So
that was when we were all in Taipei.
So it's still really fresh and new and.
Yeah, it still feels fresh, even though it was. I mean, shoot, what is it, like 3 months ago, almost, something like that? Yeah.
It feels like it's been moving really, quite fast, even since you won, and now we're here. And it's like I've been following you for a long time. I've known you for a while, and just to see the time between then and now, and the amount of things that have happened for you, it's like, yeah. Is there a lot of pressure, or how are you coping with that?
It's fun because I've always wanted what's going on right now. Like, I actually had this like tweet. I deleted it because I think I just came off the wrong way. But like as like when you're coming up as a DJ, when you're watching your favorite guys, you see like not like necessarily like the celebrity, but more like the respect from the crowd, where like the DJ will show up and people are really there just to watch the DJ. That's like a goal. You always want to be able to like I want to show up to a gig and just play. I want to do me, you know what I mean? But a lot of times DJs, that's not really there. You're not really there to do you. You're there to play for the party. But I think after winning, I've definitely been able to do me a little bit more. Not where I'm being selfish and I'm just showing up. I know where to like get away with certain things, but I've for sure been able to just like do me. And people have been coming to my gigs like to kind of just see what I do.
Right.
Versus like, there are people that, of course, that just want to hear the music, but there's people there that like I could play anything, but if I do some cool shit with it, they'll be like, "Oh shit,"
Totally.
Yeah, so that's been going on, which is really dope.
So they kind of want to see you perform like technical stuff as well as rock the crowd kind of thing, or?
Yeah, like I just did this party. Sunny was there, but there was mad people there just to like. I don't know if that crowd is just always like that, but.
What party was this?
It was the fanny pack party.
Oh, shout out Tracy.
Yeah, what's up, Tracy? Yeah, but like there was mad people there that I don't know. I've never been there, but it seemed like half the room was just there to like fucking. I was playing the most random shit.
Hear your wreck shop.
And it was working.
That's dope.
It felt so cool because after I got done with that set, I was like, damn, people really like came out to see me. Like, what the hell? Because DJs, we're just there to rock the party and make people happy. We're like providing the soundtrack. But we're not necessarily like the center of attention, even though we're very important. We are the center of what's going on because we're playing the music, but I felt like the center of attention.
That kind of brings up an interesting point about, you're a DJ and you've played in nightclubs for a long time.
Yeah.
Now you're a champion. The difference of that, like the expectations of you to kind of perform versus just, how important is that to you just to be able to provide a really good soundtrack to someone's night?
I think the performance part is more on me because if you're in a nightclub, like when I go out and do nightclubs, if someone books me, like I'm playing in Houston on Saturday, right? It's my first time playing there. I'm not planning on going there and doing like a bunch of like DJ routines. I'm still going to rock the crowd like, how I always do, just like my style, just like club shit. But I'm definitely like being more aware of like I have some stuff like little tricks that I'm gonna do here and there. It's not like I'm going heavy on the DJ routines in a party.
Right.
Yeah. You just gotta know where you're at. I just like if you're aware of your surroundings, like if it's like a big ass bottle service club and there's mad like young chicks there just partying, like not gonna bust some scratch routine.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting thing though. This the knowing the time of, you know, like how that affects a crowd. Like, do they want to hear that, and playing it by ear, like, because you obviously can flex if you want, you know, but who is that appealing to?
You just got to look at the room. I feel like that stuff is more for like small room type shit. Like, you know, like that party I was just telling you about, the fanny pack party. It was like a small room. A lot of people were like the DJ booths on the same level as the dance floor. If you're at a club where your DJ rig is like up away and no one can even see you, like, why are you gonna juggle? No one could even see you anyways.
True.
You know what I mean? like, you just gotta like check out the vibe and where you're at.
So how do you navigate that? Like when you're at a club or whatever, or even preparing for an event, do you go, okay, I'm just gonna pepper this sauce in here, and, you know, maybe lay back there?
Yeah, I mean, I like to get a good groove going first, you know. Like, when I start, I try to, like, I don't know, I don't do anything, to be honest. It changes every time I DJ. Like, sometimes I'll go in and right before I get on, I'll literally just like stop the music and kind of like, "What's up, y'all? I'm here, motherfuckers." Like, I don't say that, but you know, like, I'll get people's attention and then pick it up. Sometimes I'll just get on when the DJ is playing and I'll just literally mix out of him, like, and I'll just keep the flow. Like, if the opening guy's somewhere that I want to be, I'll just pick it up from there. But it just depends. I don't know. Like, I never just do one thing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that, actually, about talking about speaking on the mic. Because, you know, 3Style, you don't have a mic. You can't speak on the mic.
You can't.
But
is there a rule that says that?
You know what? I don't know. That's one for Kenny. But
because listen, I never asked, but this year, you know, every year, like, somebody always has something, like, something special. The champions, everybody's like Damianito did like the talk box thing. You know what I mean? Like, Bite had a bunch of shit, actually, that was dope. But he had like memorable moments. I was thinking this year, like, I'm gonna just fucking grab the mic, because nobody's done it, and that would be like, oh shit, well, he did something different by talking on the mic.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Not different.
Yeah.
But nobody has done it. I was literally gonna do it, but then I was like, nah, I don't want to be that guy.
But Puffy has great, you know, speaking.
Oh yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, Puffy has an incredible presence with a microphone.
And he didn't do that.
Because I was always wondering, like.
But when he was performing, he was yelling and shit. Like, he didn't have a mic, but you know how it goes. Sometimes you could just like yell at people. That shit works even better because people are like, fuck yeah. Shout out to, you know who does that all the time? This guy, DJ Scooter from San Diego.
Okay.
I don't know if you know Scooter.
No, but shout out
He's
Scooter.
He's like an incredible DJ, so hype, full of energy. When he plays, he just like turns the volume down and like yells at people. And people are like, yeah, like, you got to see him do it.
Well, yeah, it's an important thing though. I think connecting with an audience.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
So you're a proponent. You're pro using the mic, or?
Yeah, I use the mic
a lot.
I don't do it like heavy, but I don't. I'm not like I just be me. Like, I don't have like I'm not a hype man. I'm not Kick Pre or DJ Scooter. But depending on the vibe, I will crack the mic and just, I don't know, sometimes I just like talk to people. Like, literally, like, one time I was playing at this club. I was in Asia. I don't even know if this guy understood what I was saying, but he had the exact same shirt as me.
Oh, cool.
So like, that's how I started my set. Like, I stopped the music and I was like, I shouted the guy out who had my shirt on, and everybody was like, yeah. And I gave him a high five, and then I started my set.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it worked. It was weird.
Was this the same gig? I think I saw you had a book. It was, speaking of tricks.
No. Oh man, that was amazing. That was at Fanny Pack.
Okay, so what's the story there? I'm really curious. You had a book.
There was no story. I don't know. Like, I was playing like Ice Cube, and everybody was like singing every word, and there was like this bookshelf behind me. I don't know. I just thought it would be funny if I could just like, I was acting like I was reading the book, and I was turning the music down. Like, I was kind of being like, it was kind of douchey, to be honest, because I was just like this crowd is so hype. I don't even got to do shit. So I grabbed this book and I just like turned the music off and I was like reading the book. Wasn't really reading it, but you know, I just did it for the camera. It was for the gram, for sure.
For the gram.
Yeah, it was for sure.
That's dope. Yeah. Speaking of,
sorry for being douchey. It was kind of, but it was funny.
Hey, I enjoyed it, man. Yeah. I watched it. I was like, I don't know what's going on here, but this is kind of cool.
It was funny.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I think, I don't know if you were there, it was even probably better. But
speaking of the internet and social media,
Yeah.
Twitter is one of your favorite platforms.
Yeah.
Why is Twitter your preferred? Is that your preferred platform?
I've always enjoyed Twitter. I enjoy the people who have shit to say. There's a lot of complaining on Twitter, which I don't really like, and I mean, I'm sure I'm guilty of it too. But I just like when people have something to say. You could really show your personality with words, versus just like people posting pictures, which is cool. But I don't know. I follow a lot of dope people on Twitter that have a lot of dope shit to say. So, yeah, and then it's like funny to read people venting, just kind of like entertaining, I guess.
Yeah, free thought kind of.
Yeah. Why you ask about Twitter?
Oh, I enjoy following you on Twitter, and there was there was one particular social media thing that came up recently where you had a routine where I think it was definitely pre 3Style, and you had a routine where you were doing some MIDI mapping with a mixer where you used one of the buttons to change the pitch of a track. And that was like really, really cool. But there was a lot of people that were criticizing you, saying that you were fake. But then you took to that and you explained it. Like you took an opportunity to kind of educate people. Yeah. And I just remember thinking, that was really a really smart way of kind of navigating a tricky situation. Yeah.
You mean just like to put the pitch on a knob, or?
Oh, both. Yeah. That was really cool, actually. Yeah. Like, how did you come up with that?
Dude, somebody did that before me. Shit, I'm like not trying to blank. Hopefully it comes to me so I could shout that person out. But I seen somebody do that. They didn't do it like with the same way that I did it, but I seen somebody like I think they mapped the pitch on a different knob. I don't remember who did it. But yeah, like I just seen somebody do it, and I was like, why didn't I think of that? Right. Yeah, I didn't come up with that shit. But
it's the DJ community.
Yeah, for sure.
But instead of like, you didn't get defensive about it, like, no, screw you, like, this is real, because people were saying you were faking it, right?
Yeah. I'm not like that kind of person.
Yeah.
I would rather like teach people like shit, because I just learned that. It was new to me too. So I was like, no guys, actually, this is how I did it. Mind blown, right?
Here's the keys.
Yeah, for sure.
That's dope. Other stuff like that. When you were preparing for your routine, did you utilize that for your routines?
No, I haven't done that in a 3Style set. I only did it for that video. Oh. The problem with it was like, you have to click the pitch, like, the plus and minus signs. So like I had to go way down. In that video, I went from like, I think it was like a song that was like 90 beats per minute, but I like tripled it. Like it was like negative 30 or negative, I don't even remember what it was, but it was like really, really slow. But like you have to like pre-do it. So like I wouldn't have been able to do that on the fly. Like I had to like do it one time, so that way it like saved the pitch.
Right, set it up kind of.
Yeah, you had to set it up. So but I mean, you could still like, if you want to slow something down, like negative, what is the first setting, negative 10 or 8? If you just hit internal mode in Serato.
Oh, yeah, right. You got the plus or minus.
It's automatically
6
first. Oh, it's only 6 at first?
Yeah, and then 10.
Okay.
Then.
And the other one's like a wide one.
50, and then yeah.
Yeah, I think I had to go to 50.
Right.
But you have to preset it up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had to play around with that myself. Let's talk a bit more about 3Style. So actually, the first time I met you was and the first time we ever talked was in Tokyo. Yep. So that was 2015. Yeah. I think.
Yeah, 2015.
And that was your first. Had you like entered the 3Style before then?
Yeah, I have. 2013.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't go far actually. I won. They had more battles, so it was like a regional, and then like there was like a regional final, and then it was the U.S. final. So there was a lot more rounds. I just won my regional one in San Francisco, and then I lost the next one, which was like a regional final, I guess.
Yeah, who'd you lose to?
DJ Scene.
Okay.
And shout out to Scene. Compose from Hawaii. Oh, wow. And DJR. Those were the winners. Scene was first, and then I don't remember who. I think DJR got second place. Okay. And Compose got third.
What was it like going through that process? Did you?
And I flopped.
What was the learning from that though? Like, because I mean, you came back pretty hard.
Yeah. I don't know. I went back and looked at my set, and I was like, damn, that set kind of suck. Like, yeah, everybody else just had a better set. You know, like Scene killed it. He went on. You know, one thing I will remember that. So I was like overthinking shit, and I was like, I don't want to do these. I wouldn't want to play these records because they're too obvious. And then like that day, like Scene set, it was so hype, but he played like a lot of obvious songs, and I was just thinking like damn, he played that. Like I should have just played that shit because he was doing like a real like club set, and I think I went like left, and I was like, I don't want to do this obvious thing, but then my non-obvious set, I didn't put it together well enough, and then it just didn't work good.
Right, because it has to resonate with the judges and the crowd, right?
Yeah, he definitely. Well, he won that night, but I think this time when I went back, I was like, I wasn't really tripping off of like playing obvious songs, because I don't know, like I just really DJ'd. The shit I did at 3Style this year is like basically stuff I play in clubs.
Right.
Like that's what I do. So I just represented myself.
What was 2015 like for you?
In Tokyo?
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy. Actually, I was a wild card. So my first night I competed, I went up against Byte, and he won that night. And then they ended up bringing me back for the final round as a wild card. So I went the first night of competitions. And if you know how the competition goes, just for people who are listening who might not know, it's there's like a week of competitions. They're all qualifier rounds. So there's 4 qualifiers, and me and Byte went head to head on the first night. So after I lost, I had the rest of the week to kind of like watch everybody. And you don't know if you're going to get picked to be the wild card, but I changed my whole set that week. And I was kind of like, actually, I missed one of the competitions because I was just in my hotel practicing in hopes that I would get the wild card. I didn't know if I was going to get it or not. So I changed my whole set, and then I got the wild card and ended up coming in second place.
Wow.
So it was cool. I didn't even like, you know, we work on those sets for like months. The fact that I kind of made like not a whole new set, but it was mostly new shit in 3 days, I was just like happy to be there. So I was like, you know what? I don't even know if like, I'm probably not going to win because these guys have been putting their sets together for months. You know what I mean? Or however long they've been doing it. And I'm over here with this set I made in 3 days. Like, and I got second place. I was happy with that.
But did you have like a second set? Like when you went to that finals, did you already have like a secondary winning set?
I did.
Yeah?
Yeah, I had that second set planned. But I don't know. I was just like I was talking with people and watching the other competitions and hearing records that people were playing. And I don't know. I just changed my mind on some shit.
And then this year?
This year,
Taiwan, you had did you take all the learnings from those?
Yeah, I took it a lot more serious. Like I went all out this time. I pulled all the strings. I made all the like I had Too Short do some shit for me, like Sway, Little John, my homie Miles from the Bay. He's like, this is real. Like people probably didn't even know this, but there's this guy named Pilo who's a producer. Yeah, shout out to Pilo.
HBK.
Yeah. What's up, HBK? Pilo has his tag. Pilo, I never even talked to him. I wonder if he's mad at me. But
I doubt it. He's a lovely guy.
So like Pilo's tagging all his songs. It goes like, Pilo, time to bring the bass back. So that guy who says that, his name is Miles. He's a producer and a rapper too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, YBM. He goes by YBM. He's a homie. I've actually known him since he was like 10. It's crazy. But yeah, so Miles did like that for me, but instead of Pilo, time to bring the bass back, he says, Jay Espinosa, time to bring the Bay back.
Oh, wow.
So like I have that little custom thing, but only if you live in the Bay Area you would know that.
That's so dope.
But I literally like hit up so many people, you know, like yeah, I think I just took this a lot more serious.
So needless to say, you didn't put that set together in a week.
No, that was just a period. Like I asked John to do that, Little John to do something for me, and like he was like, yeah, I got you. And I was like, fuck, he's not going to do it. And then like, so when you're putting a set together and if you're waiting on like, especially like a dub plate or anything custom, you're like waiting to get it. So I'm like building my set and then I'm like, okay, well, you kind of need all the pieces to put it together, but you can kind of like imagine like, all right, well, I don't have it, but this is where I think I would want to use it. But it's like hard to do that if you don't have it. So I was just waiting. Like, I was like, all right, I'm going to just wait. So I would just like do some other shit. Like, oh, I'll just try to make some tricks. But the way I put my sets together is like I like to just start and build it and just keep going. I'm not good at like piecing stuff together. I just like go from wherever the intro is. All right, now I'm going. I'm just like, all right, I'm at 12 minutes. I need 3 more minutes. How am I gonna do this?
Piece it together.
Yeah, because the set's 15 minutes long. But what'd you ask me again?
Well, just how long? How much time did it take you to prepare all that?
Well, it's crazy. My first set, which was like seemed to be everybody's favorite set. It was my favorite set, to be honest. My first set, I made like 9 or 8 minutes of that in like a day.
Oh wow!
And then the rest of the shit just kind of came. It flowed maybe like 2 weeks. Like before I even started putting it together, I was already thinking about stuff. So maybe like the total of like 3 weeks.
That's pretty.
And then my second set, I was like stumped. I just like didn't have anything. I was like not motivated because I made this first set and I was like, wow, this is really dope. I did it for a couple of my friends, and my friends, everybody I did it for. Actually, not everybody. It was only like 2 people, but like.
Shout out those 2 people though.
Yeah, it was. I did it for Cutso and my boy Chris Klaxarb from Bruno's in San Francisco, and they were both like, whoa. Like Cutso like didn't even say anything. He was just like, yeah, that's the one. Chris is more like I think he was a little more critical. Chris is like super critical guy though, my homie, but not so critical because I've done things for him before and he's been like okay, so when I went to Philly, I also did my set for my friend Chris, and he was kind of like, he wasn't hating, but he was like, I need to do something. Like maybe you should like do something like. He wasn't like telling me like ideas of tricks and shit, but it was just more like a vibe thing. And like I don't know, like actually everybody I ask, like there will be something about them that I really respect, because or else why else would you ask somebody for their opinion? Totally. But I totally respect those guys' opinions, and they gave me some cool advice. But like yeah, the first set for finals, I did it for Cutso and he didn't say anything. He was just like, wow. I was like, all right, well, what didn't you like about it? He was like, nothing. The whole thing was fire. Like, no, for real. Just keep it real with me. Like, what sucked? There's had to be something. He didn't say anything. I was like, all right, well, like, that was kind of reassuring,
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, I really respect Cutso, so.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, for
Cutso's
sure.
a great DJ.
Yeah, and he's like a music historian. Like, that guy knows everything. He's like, what's that dude's name? Remember back in the day on MTV? Matt Pinfield?
Okay, I don't know. I don't have that reference. But
oh,
shout
yeah,
out Matt
New
Pinfield.
Zealand.
Yeah, New Zealand.
My
man.
bad. Sonny knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, probably a lot of people listen to this know exactly what you're talking
about. Yeah, Cutso's like Matt Pinfield of DJing.
That's dope.
You could be like, what was track 13 in 1991 off the blah, blah, blah album? Who produced it? He'd be like, Ping! Like, he like knows everything.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And I mean, Bay Area, you've obviously got a great deal of incredible DJs from there.
Yeah.
So is there a certain responsibility to rep for the Bay in that way?
For sure.
Is that a pretty heavy responsibility, or is it like, how do you feel about that?
Nah, I mean, I just know I got my all my friends that I don't think even if I win or lose, and if I would have won or lost at 3Style, like everybody's proud, you know what I mean? Like we all hold it down for our city. We even the guys who don't do 3Styles or DJ competitions, just like the radio DJs, the club guys, like everybody's doing their thing. Like I don't know. It's like, not to sound too cocky, but we all know we're dope.
I mean, if you can, it's not bragging if you can back it up, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't really like to be like that braggadocious type guy, but I mean, I'll brag for them. How about that? I'm not going to talk about myself, but we got a lot of dope guys in the Bay Area.
Without a doubt, no question.
From producers to guys who throw events to the DJs, of course. Like, yeah, there's like a special thing going on, and I know it's special because every time I leave the Bay, like people always tell me like, oh, like, yo, I want to come to the Bay. Like my DJ homies will be like, yeah, I just want to come out there and like come fuck with you guys. Like, or I want to DJ out there. And us being that we live in the Bay, like we're around it all the time. So it's kind of like that shit where, what was it? Like Eminem said it in the song. Cause like, you're like not even impressed no more. You're used to it. So it's like, we're just there all the time. So we might not really like appreciate how dope it is, I guess.
Sure.
So, cause I know me, when I go out of town, I'm like, yo, this is dope. Like, I love Chicago. I love it here. Like, San Diego's so tight. But like, they want to come where we're at.
It's true.
Because they think it's dope too. So I mean, that's how I know it's dope. And the only reason it's dope is if you got people out there who are doing dope shit.
Man, it's been like that for a long time though. Like, I mean, talk us about like you know, coming up in the Bay. Like, who were the foundational DJs for you? For like, you know, I think you've done a lot of radio stuff as well.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's how I got started, just radio. My goal in life when I started DJing was to be on the radio. That was it. I didn't know about doing clubs. I would hear like on the radio, they would always talk about certain clubs. It'd be like Jazzy Jim. Like they would have like these crazy ass commercials. You know, like back in the day, it'd be like a music bed, super produced, like on three turntables. It's Jazzy Jim, blah blah blah, with like the beat, no, come out. That'd be funny if someone like took that and just made something out of it.
They probably will.
That'd be amazing. But you know what I mean? Like, so that's how I knew about clubs. It would be from like commercials. But I just wanted to be a radio DJ. Like, I wanted to mix. I wanted to do like the 5 o'clock traffic jam. That was like my goal.
Prime time.
Yeah. So, but I would also listen to the radio guys, and then I used to like buy the DMC DJ battle tapes. So like I would watch DMC videos and then listen to the radio.
Who were the radio DJs in the Bay that were like foundational?
Jazzy Jim.
The
guy in the fake commercial I just made. He did the 5 o'clock mix, and then it was Jose Melendez. This is one radio station. So on that station, it was like the morning mix, Greg Lopez, and then Jose Melendez at noon. Jazzy Jim would be at 5, and then there was like a night mix. And when I started listening to the night mix, I think it was like this guy Rich Loxamana. They were like this celebrity. They were like the superstar DJs when I was a kid. Like actually, not all of them, but they still DJ. And Jazzy Jim's actually the program director of a radio station that I work for.
Oh, cool.
99.7.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's like
cool.
I guess like a pop station, but we play hip hop. My mix at night on Fridays, 10 p.m.
Oh,
Check me
nice.
out, 997. I play like pretty much. I mean, honestly, they let me play whatever I want. Like Jazzy's like, send me a mix. Just make sure it's fucking dope. Don't send me no bullshit. So I just send him a mix. Like sometimes it's like all hip hop. Sometimes like one week I just played all Bay Area music, put it on the radio. Yeah, it's pretty dope. It's very rare for like a DJ to have that type of freedom on radio these days. There's playlists and all that stuff. But so shout out to Jazzy for letting me do that. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's a real gift to the Bay Area too, right? And the way that you're able to kind of pass on like a style that, you know, other younger people like yourself can come up and listen to and learn from.
For sure.
And I mean, Bay Area music, you said, you know, you play, I mean, I know you from, you know, doing that on the Boiler Room, like really going in on a Bay Area set.
Yeah.
You always rep really hard for that.
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously, there's lots of music from the Bay. How do you feel? Yeah, how do you feel about that right now?
There's a lot of dope new guys coming up. There's people I don't even know who they are. I just like hear my friends talk about them. Like, I'm not like super tapped in right now. I'll admit it. Like with all the new guys who are like, you know, the guys who literally just put their music on YouTube. But there's dudes like there's this guy named All Black. Have you heard of him?
No, I haven't.
Okay, he's dope. He's like a rapper. Like if you listen, but he does like all kinds of shit. But he'll make a song that goes in the club, but he's like rapping his ass off. Like All Black is dope. He's from Oakland. There's this dude named Offset Jim. He's like gangster rap, but a lot of the production, like you can play it at parties and people fuck with it. It's not just, he doesn't make like necessarily club music, but and he has like a really distinct voice. He has like a kind of like a deep voice, but I don't know why his voice just sounds dope. Like he could say anything, and I'm just like, hell yeah, this shit's tight. And there's like SOB, RBE. Yeah, you know who those guys are. They're like probably right now like the biggest guys out the Bay, like younger dudes. Yeah, because they got on the Black Panther soundtrack, and it was kind of like after that, it was like they were out of here.
Yeah, they had a couple joints too, really good. I mean, the Bay obviously got so many great jams.
Yeah, Neff the Pharaoh.
That's right.
Shout out to Neff. I Am Sue, Pilo, all the HBK guys. Skip. Yeah, what's up?
Well, what's the top 5 Jay Espinosa must play Bay Area jams?
Well, there's the classics like Mac Dre.
Feeling myself.
Mac Dre has like 5 songs that are like every party in the Bay Area, like you'll hear them. Well, there's like Boss Tycoon, Feeling Myself, Thizzle Dance, Get Stupid. Those are like the ones that you always hear at parties. But if you really like know Mac Dre, there's like way more songs you can play. But those 4 songs, that was 4, right? Thizzle, Feeling Myself, Boss Tycoon, Get Stupid. Those songs are like every party classics. There's like Mr. Fab, like New Oakland, D-Lo. Song is called NoHo. Tell Me When to Go. Super Hyphy, Kick the Sneak. I have a whole folder of Bay Area music I'm going to give you before I leave. And
That's awesome.
There's like 100 songs in there, and you could probably play like all of them.
Man, I'll much appreciate
If you ever come to the Bay, you can play them.
Oh, I'll
if
play
you play them out
anyways.
here or anywhere else, they're going to look at you hella crazy. Like,
I don't know, man.
The fuck is this?
I play a lot of Bay Area music, and I think Sonny and I we talk about like it's influenced a lot of different scenes as well, and to the point there's an artist called Trackademics. Do you know Trackademics?
Yeah, of course.
So Track was talking about how he works a lot with he's obviously been a big part of that music scene for a long time.
Yep.
And he was talking about kind of like the hyphy diaspora, if you will, and how it influenced like a lot of the LA music as well.
Yeah.
To the point where like there's always a bit of dialogue around Mustard, borrowing things and ideas to kind of create his sound.
Yeah, there was like a real tension in the Bay at one point.
Was there?
Yeah. So bad that I was DJing a party one time. This was like at the Cellar. This was like a club that's not open anymore, but it was like a legendary club that like everybody used to go party there. It was like this. You go downstairs. It was kind of grimy, but like it was like the funnest place to go party at. But I was playing there one night, and I played a Mustard record, and this dude comes up to me, ready to like fight me, like, "Yo, take this shit off."
Wow.
I was like, "What? Like, the fuck?" And the dude was like, it was somebody who was like cousins with somebody from the Bay. I don't want to say no names, but a really big rapper's cousin. And they were like, "Take this shit off." I was like, "What?" Like, so I was like, "Fuck? No." They're ready to fight me. I was just like, we kept talking the whole time, and then like I just let the whole song play out. It played out. And then after that, it kind of like killed my mood, and I was like, man, like, am I really gonna let this dude punk me right now? Like I sort of know this guy. Like, what the fuck? It was just, but it was like that tense at one point.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I mean, Track was even going on to say like, people like DJ Snake, they've taken elements of hyphy, drum sounds and programming to pop music, and do you see that? Do you feel that way as well?
Like what song?
Like the Aluna George kind of, that kind of tempo. Yeah.
Kind of sounds like doom 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 doom. Like I don't know. Track is listening with a producer ear.
True.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if he said it, then I believe it, because that guy's like, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it was just interesting to me. I thought, the Bay Area sound, the hyphy sound. I mean, it was obviously popping. When was it popping for in the Bay?
Hyphy?
Yeah.
Probably like 03, 04 maybe was when it started, or when it got mainstream. I don't know when. I can't say when it started, but I think when it got mainstream, it was like 03. Yeah, around that time. And
then kind of HBK.
And the word hyphy actually came from Keek the Sneak.
He coined the phrase.
That's his word. If you listen to the song Super Hyphy, it's like he says, hyphy, that's my word. That was actually like a shot at, Keek said it in an interview too, recently. But it was crazy. I was just listening to this interview, and I never knew that. Like back in the day, that song Super Hyphy, he was taking a shot at the Federation.
Oh, no way.
Because the Federation had a really big song called Hyphy.
Huh.
Rick Rock. You know that song with Rick Rock beats? Yeah, feel like I rock you.
I should know this.
Okay, it's like a Bay Area classic.
Okay.
But that song was called Hyphy, and it blew the fuck up. So when that song got so popular, and it was like the term hyphy, this is from what I heard in the interview. So if I'm wrong, this is what I heard Keek say, but I'm pretty sure he's, I don't know. But I might not know what the fuck I'm talking about right now is what I'm trying to say. But from what I heard, it was when hyphy blew up, Keek was like that's my shit. Like you just fucking riding off of my shit. But back in those days, I never knew that. I was actually I'm still cool with them. We don't talk all the time, but shout out to the Federation. Those are another like how you were asking me earlier.
Top
like,
5 joints.
Yeah, like Federation, hyphy. That Federation had a bunch of songs that like still go off in parties if you play them from that era.
Yeah.
But yeah, the song hyphy was their biggest record, and then Keek came out with Super Hyphy, and he was like, "That's my word."
Right.
But he was talking to them.
Huh.
Never knew that shit.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's probably a lot of lingo that comes from the Bay though as well, right? I mean.
Yeah, shout out to E40.
Yeah, I was gonna say E40 coming with it.
I still don't know what he's talking about. You ever talk to him? You'd be like, "What does that mean?"
It's so great though. It's so much personality.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
So speaking of personality and rappers, who are your like favorite artists that you like to play from the Bay?
Minus like the classic stuff that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Like I was saying right now, like that dude All Black and Offset Jim, they got some dope shit. They actually have a song together too called Penny and Shaq.
Right.
That's pretty dope.
And Pilo, he's your.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, we play Pilo all day.
Nice.
Yeah, it's weird because Pilo like he's like hella famous now, but you know we've been seeing him for a long ass time do his thing, but he's getting the credit he deserves.
Yeah.
Because he's always been super talented. I have a funny Pilo story actually.
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right, so it's like I sort of talked to him about it too, but he didn't really like. It was over text. He didn't really say that much back to me. But back in the day, this was you know Young California.
Yeah.
DJ Amen.
Amen. Yeah.
And Dre Sinatra and
shout out
Charisma.
those guys.
Yeah,
Charisma,
for sure. So when Young California first started, I DJ'd their first party. It was with like K Rich, who's from the Valley, like Stockton, and Charisma came down from LA, and it was Amen and me. So I was like, I don't know, I can't say I was like a part of it, but I did their first party ever. And then I think it was like a week or two. It was like they had one party in San Francisco and they had one party in San Jose, which is like the South Bay. The party in San Jose, all the HBK guys were there. It was like Sue and like Jay Ant and Pilo, but I didn't know who the fuck Pilo was. Like I just knew at that point, I think I knew I Am Sue and I knew Jay Ant. But Jay Ant had this song that I was playing in the clubs. I forget what it was called, but Pilo was on it. I think Pilo might have even produced it. Probably Jay Ant produced it. You guys know who Jay Ant is?
I know who Jay Ant is.
Okay, yeah, he's another guy who's like doesn't get a lot of credit he deserves probably, but he's like a behind the scenes dude. He does music, but he's like very talented, writes music, produces. He's sick. Like Jay Ant's dope. He needs to put more shit out.
I mean,
people need to like hear him more.
And the HBK guys, I mean, they all produce and rap and do all sorts of stuff, right?
Yeah. Yep. So back to the Pilo story, right? So we're at a club and I'm playing this song and I cut Pilo out of the song. Like I just played the Jay Ant part and I don't know, maybe like Sue was on it.
Oh,
but
shit.
It was like the original song was structured like it was like Jay Ant, Pilo on the second verse and like Sue on the third, I think. But I just skipped the middle verse and I played the end. And at the party, like Jay comes up to me and Jay were cool. Jay was like, "Hey, like, what about the Pilo verse? You didn't play it." I didn't realize Pilo was there. I didn't know who he was, and I didn't like the verse. So I think I told Jay, and I was like, "No, that shit's whack, bro." Like I just played like as DJ, like we'll play like the best parts.
Yeah.
But me not understanding at that time that it wasn't about that. It was about like supporting them. These guys are in the room. They came to the party. Play their shit. That was the right thing to do. But me being like stubborn, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna play that shit. And I don't know. I think I feel like he might have took that shit
personally.
Like he could have got offended by that. I could see why anybody would get offended, you know?
For sure.
And especially like shit. This was years ago. So they were a lot younger. I was a lot younger too. But yeah, I always wanted to talk to him about that shit. Cause I was like, I wonder if he got mad at me. You know what I mean? Like. But I don't know.
I think he's probably moved past it now. He's got
he's probably
using them.
He probably doesn't even remember, but he might.
And he used his drop in the routine.
I know he's probably like, "Fuck Jay, this motherfucker, fuck him." Holding a grudge since 2001.
But actually, you also play for a local team. You DJ'd for no, I guess not anymore. But you DJ'd for the Raiders, right?
I still do.
You still do?
Yeah.
And the Raiders are
sixth season. I think I'm on with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Raiders aren't moving or anything?
Yeah, they're moving to Vegas.
Okay, that's wondering.
But we got one more season in Oakland.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So you'll be playing for the Raiders for another season?
I'll be playing with them for another season and hopefully in Vegas too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think we're going to Vegas. So it's me and my boy Chino. Chino's actually he's like you could say he's a hype man. So
Yep.
I'm the DJ, he's a hype man. Chino does radio like all over San Diego and in the Bay, or he used to do it at the Bay. But so me and Chino were at the draft party last year. Because we always talk about it, like, damn, we're like, are they gonna take us to Vegas? Like, we don't know what's gonna happen. So we're at the draft party, and it was like, I think it was at the end of the party, and like our big boss was chilling with us, and we were just like, we walked over him to say hi, whatever, we were just bullshitting, and he was like, yeah, I can't wait for you guys to get out to Vegas with us. So me and Chino were like, hey, we're going to Vegas. But that was the only time we've ever talked about it. But I mean, coming from the big boss, he said that, so shit.
They got the eye out for you.
I'm still like holding on to that, Brad, if you're listening.
No doubt.
Yes, we will see you in Vegas.
But what's it like playing for the Raiders? Like, that's a whole different world, right?
Yeah. 50,000 people, drunk. Some of them aren't, but most of them probably are. Raging in a coliseum, football, testosterone, even the girls. It's crazy. But you know, it's not like a club set. It's like anybody who DJs for a sports team, pretty much what you do is like you're cramming like the biggest songs, like anthem music. You have to just cram. Like I have a minute to DJ sometimes. So
Oh, wow.
So if I wanted to, I could put a song on for a minute and just stand there and do all that stuff, because you're on the jumbotron, like, and part of the gig, you kind of need to be like that, because when the camera goes on you, if you're just standing there like queuing up a song, like you can't be on the big ass screen at a football game. So I'm either like really going in or I'm like partying, But I try to like cram songs in. I do as much as I can with that minute and 30 seconds that I have. Yeah, and you got to play you got to get right to the point. No build-ups. Just like as soon as you start, like high energy for 3 minutes, or not 3 minutes, like however short that set is. They're usually like 1 minute sets, and then I do like a warm-up set for the players. So when they're warming up before the game, I'll DJ for like, it's usually like 30 minutes, and I'm just playing hip-hop and like songs that the players want to hear.
Do they tell you what they want to hear?
No, but we've actually had I've had meetings with the staff, like with the Raiders people at headquarters, and like they like the Raider fans, they like hip-hop, West Coast hip-hop, funk music, and like classic rock.
Oh.
So like that's just like what it is. AC/DC, all that shit.
Raider fans are serious, right? I mean, they're very, very loyal.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in LA, and we see obviously the history they've had here, and people still really ride for the Raiders really hard.
Yeah, the LA claims the Raiders too, just as much as the Bay.
Right.
Yeah, Ice Cube is like a huge. Well, like all the NWA shit, those guys, they're all Raidered out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, my opinion, they got the coolest logo in the game.
I hope nothing changes when they go to Vegas. Like, that would be crazy if it wasn't silver and black anymore. I'm sure it is going to be.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, that'd be weird if it was like, all of a sudden it's like blue and yellow or something. Like, what?
So you're talking about playing, the hits for the Raiders game. You're doing 3Style. Would you consider yourself, like, how do you feel about this term open format?
Open format to me that doesn't even exist. That's like an industry term. Like I always thought it was just DJing. Like when I started DJing, I just thought that DJs had to be good at doing everything. Like that's what made you dope. Like if you could play house music, if you could play R&B, hip hop, rock, breaks, whatever it was, like that's because I grew up listening to radio guys, and on the radio station that I listened to, they played like freestyle music, house music, hip hop. The mixes back in the day would be like the 5 o'clock mix. It would be half hip hop and half house. So if he started with hip hop, you knew after the first commercial break he was coming back with house music. That's just what it was. So like I just thought that, like if you DJ, you gotta play and all these house records. He would even play like trance music and shit. But
wow,
this was like in the late '90s. But it would be like freestyle, hip hop, pop music. Yeah, they would play everything. That's just what I thought you had to do. So when the term open format comes up, it's like, that's just DJing. Like, yeah. I mean, if you want to put yourself in a box, then you call yourself like, I am whatever genre of music DJ. And that's what you specialize in. But being like open format, that's just DJing.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I guess knowing the right music to play for the right environment.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but how would you describe your style of DJing?
Just like what I was telling you. Like, I don't know, I play everything.
Bay Area style.
I guess. Well, shout out to the guys that I grew up listening to. I mean, I'm just like a product of all that shit. Like, I listen to A-Track, you know, doing routines and shit. Like, I listen to Qbert. I used to watch his videos, like, you know, like those old school videos where it was like him in his mom's basement. Yeah, like I wanted to, I mean, that was like fucking, I could never scratch like him, but I would like watch it and be like, damn, like I want to do that, you know? So I took a little piece of all that, the radio guys. And then as I got older, I would start finding out about newer guys. I mean, to this day, I still, you know, we always find out about new shit. Maybe not you guys at Serato, because you guys literally know every DJ in the world probably. But
yeah,
maybe
not every DJ, but
I guess I don't know. I don't like, whatever. If you want to call it open format, that's cool. I guess that's what I do. But I just don't like to call it that.
Yeah, it's fair enough. I mean, it's an interesting term that I don't know why it exists exactly, where it came from.
Doesn't it just mean that you play everything?
Yeah, multi-genre.
Yeah. So, like, if I have to say I'm an open format DJ for somebody to understand what I do, that's fine, whatever.
Right.
I mean, if you want to call it that, cool.
But like 3Style, for example, is literally you have to play 3 different styles of music. Yeah.
Well, it started as 3, but, I mean, nobody just plays 3.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, some guys didn't even play 2.
Really?
Or maybe they just played 2. I don't know. When you hear a 3-style set, if they literally just played 3 styles of music, it's kind of like you feel like robbed. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I can't even tell you like if anyone specific played a set that was just like one type of music. But there was a couple guys who probably didn't really, I don't know, like dig and play like, you know, like some sets might be like electronic music. Like a lot of electronic music, like more festival style.
I was actually interested on that though. Like, you know, you were in Taiwan, and when we were in Japan, you know, you're in a country where they don't speak, you know, English is not the first language.
Yeah.
And so a lot of music that is popular in North America, Western music that is, especially rap music, right? Mm-hmm. It's very like, you kind of have to understand what they're talking about, like to get it. I mean, you can just listen to the beats, but you'll miss a lot if you're not paying attention to what's being said in the lyrics. How was it like for you playing in those environments? You know, do you have to change the music you're playing to kind of appeal to that crowd?
What I've noticed about playing in Asia in general, because I go out there pretty often. I haven't been all over Asia, more just like I've been to like Shanghai a bunch of times, Taipei a couple times, a few other places, but like the stuff that's like singy, like catchy, if it's like like they will sing those parts. You know what I mean? Like they might not. It's funny, you could even like look at people like, you know, when they're rapping the words, like you'll watch their mouth and they're kind of like rapping it wrong. But like they get the parts that are real like singy. So like but then I did this other club, this place, and it was like literally all trap music. And they just like the sound of it. Like if it sounded like trap music, then they liked it.
Like trap rap.
Yeah, like
not EDM trap.
Nah, that's a different conversation. When I say trap, I mean like trap music.
Right.
Like not EDM trap.
Good, like important to make that definition. For
EDM. When people say trap and they're referring to EDM, what is? Do you want to talk about that?
That's a whole. Not my place, man.
That's a whole different discussion.
For sure.
Trap music is talking about the trap.
Mm-hmm.
It's not EDM. Just because it's 70 beats per minute, that doesn't mean it's trap music. Like if you make a song that's 128, does that mean it's house music?
It's an interesting question.
What if it's like Andre Nicotina?
It's a very good example.
It's not house music.
Yeah, Ayo for Yayo.
Rap. Yeah, it's like 128 beats per minute, right? Does that mean it's house music just because it's that tempo? It's stupid.
That's a great song.
Great song. Except for if you don't do Yayo, it's kind of weird.
It's just the vibe.
That was like the 90s version of I'm in Love with the Coco.
That's true. Yeah. That was like a skateboard anthem too. And
I'm in Love with the Coco?
No, Andre Nicotina.
Oh.
In fact, did you ever grow up skateboarding?
Yeah, I did.
So
yeah. I used to skateboard and rollerblade.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's a conflicting combo right there.
Yeah, I used to fight myself. I'm just kidding. You know how they used to like fight though? Like it'd be like skaters versus rollerbladers?
For sure. It's it was a tense.
Yeah, like if you went to the skate park with rollerblades on, like someone's gonna throw a skateboard at you.
Yeah, you're gonna get heckled for sure.
Yeah. I lived in like Pleasanton though, so ain't nobody really doing that shit out there.
But
anyway.
But you think about especially San Francisco, huge skate culture. And that song, Andre Nicotina's Ayo, was like featured in like a Mike Carroll video part.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was like, I remember my friend. I had a friend in Vancouver, Galea. Shout out Galea. He was like, "Yo, you got to play this," and he was a pro skater and stuff.
Yeah,
but that song was literally like a skate anthem. You know,
that's crazy. Never knew that.
Really? Yeah. But that's a really big tune. And Andre's from the Bay, yeah.
Yeah. He's from Fillmore, I think.
Wow.
I should be positive about that. Pretty sure he's from Fillmore.
Yeah.
That's like an area in San Francisco.
But did you as coming up as a skateboarder / rollerblader, did you get like a lot of music from those skate videos?
No. Look, when I was a skater, I don't know if I was even really aware of like the actual like culture of skating. It was just something I did with my friends. Like, I didn't know what culture meant. I was just skateboarding. But I used to like Thrasher magazine and all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was a very important part of San Francisco culture.
I'm from Livermore, which is like this. It's like I say it's Bay Area. It's probably like the last city in the Bay Area. Like once you go past Livermore, you're like in the valley.
Okay.
So like I grew up there, and it's kind of like away from everything. Like I missed all that dope San Francisco culture shit back in the day. I was like in my city, I don't know, like doing some other shit.
What was the poppin' thing in Livermore?
We had a duck pond. Hella lame. There's not really a whole lot to do out there, bro. Like, in Livermore, there's 2 high schools. There's a continuation school. There's a couple continuation schools. I mean, I think for the most part, people out there just like did drugs and had kids. It's like one of those small cities and like everybody in the city knows each other. A lot of people from Livermore like literally like never move out of Livermore. Like they still live there. I have people that I know like from back in the days, like they're still there. Like it's just one of them cities. But that's home for me. Like whenever I go back to Livermore, it's like I always feel like I don't think it's ever really gonna happen, but I always say like one day I'm probably gonna like end up moving back there. Just like when I'm hella old. If I don't live somewhere tight, like on an island or something. I might be back in Livermore fucking around.
Well, it's pretty cool though. You get to now you're traveling the world. You're getting to see some other places.
Yeah.
What are your favorite places to go? That you've been so far.
Man, to be honest, like I like all types of places for different reasons. Like New Orleans to me is like always one of my favorite places. Because it kind of reminds me of the Bay. Like in the sense that they have their own shit there. And it's like you go to New Orleans, and if you go out, like you're gonna hear music that you don't hear anywhere else. They got good food. The people there are dope. It's kind of like I feel like it's like almost like that Southern hospitality. Like people are just friendly out there. I really like New Orleans. And like maybe I really love Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually been able to go out there like a good amount of times. Singapore. Taipei is an awesome place, and it's kind of like special to me, I guess, because I got to win the championship there, so maybe that's why I like it a little bit more.
For sure.
But it is a really dope place, and DJing out there is mad fun too.
Awesome. Is there anything particularly good food-wise from Taipei that you'd recommend?
So they have this like, I forget what it's chicken rice.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. Is that Taipei? Or am I mixing it up with Singapore? Have you heard of that chicken rice?
I mean, I've had chicken and rice.
It's different though. It's like it's not the same. it's not like that sounds boring, right? Like chicken rice, like what? But they do it out there. I think it's Taipei. I think it's Taiwanese. That shit. They have this like food area, right? Like out there, it's like they have these like food. I don't know. It's like a food court type thing, but it's like way bigger. And there's like all these stands, kind of like they have these like street fairs where they have like different food trucks and stuff. So they have like mad like food areas. But there's this one. I think it's Taiwanese. But they got this chicken rice. If you ever go there,
sounds good.
Fuck with the chicken rice.
Outside of DJing, is food like a thing that you're into?
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah.
Do you cook?
Not really.
It's kind of hard being a DJ, right?
Yeah, I'm just lazy though. I'd rather go somewhere and they make it better than me.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm not really giving myself like credit, I guess, or like, how like if I'm just lazy. I do want to learn, but I just haven't.
It's tough. You got to make it a priority.
Yeah, I mean, I'm real basic. Like I've lived on my own since I was 18, so
wow.
You got to learn how to like make something, or else you're gonna just like, when I was like 18 when I moved out, I didn't have enough money to go out to eat every day. So I'm basic with it.
Get by.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I think that's about it, man. Is there anything else that you wanted to quickly touch on?
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And congrats again on being the world champ.
Thank you, bro. Cool.